My name is Tyler Braun. I'm the Director of Financial Planning with the Tranel Financial Group. I want to tell you about a client of mine that we sat down with and we were able to take her portfolio and get more. And this is a common question we have when clients come in, is they look at everything and they say, I want to be as efficient as possible. And I also want to continue to build my wealth the right way. So when we sat down, a common phrase that we use is what's called double compounding. And I want all of your buckets, all of the assets that you're adding to, having multiple streams of contributions going in to accumulate more shares. So for example, a common way that you would see double compounding, many of you are already doing through your 401k. If you have a 401k and you're putting money in every 2 weeks when you're paid, you're accumulating shares, and typically you're getting a match from your employer. Well, that's two streams of assets going into your account to buy more shares. Obviously, you're buying at different points of the market, so your dollar cost averaging in, the more shares you own as the market goes up, the more gains you have over time, right? In addition to that, we have to look at the other assets that you hold, and this is where people fail to plan. They do not look at their other assets as ways to continue to compound and double compound for their benefit. So for example, this client that I sat down with had an after-tax account. They would periodically put money in just as it would build up in their savings account. No real plan behind it, no system behind it as well. What we did is we started to systematically make contributions. So for example, they were putting about $10,000 per year into the account. Instead of doing it lump sum, we had them put $833 a month in the account systematically. Now they're taking advantage of the dollar cost averaging versus trying to time the market. In addition to that, we position the assets to generate a yield or dividend. What that did is it allowed for the assets themselves, the shares that they own, to also make a contribution on the client's behalf. So a dividend is a value add. So you still have the compounding growth of the underlying stock or investment, but it's giving you a dividend each quarter. And let's say that it's a 4% dividend stream. That's a 4% match on that money. So now that bucket is double compounding. The contribution from the client is going in, purchasing more shares. More shares equals more dividends, which means every quarter, the dividends are getting reinvested to buy more shares. And then when those dividends are reinvested, they buy even more shares. It creates a snowball effect to continue accumulating those shares faster. And obviously, the more shares you own, the bigger gains you can have long term. In addition to those pieces with double compounding, it's all about one bucket feeding the next. So as we see those additional shares being reinvested back into the account, eventually we start to take those dividends and we can feed the next bucket, which leads more into tax efficiency or additional goals. From a double compounding standpoint, the goal is every asset you have to have multiple streams paying in to buy additional shares to compound your wealth faster.